Are we live? Hello and welcome to MarsCon 2021. We are doing the panel Star Wars is cool again. Oh man, that's perfect. We were both okay. Cool. Uh, uh, man, Star
Well,
Wars
I'm
has
still in
had
it.
a
There we
good
go.
year or two since. Oh wow, whoops. All right, so our names are a little off, but don't worry about it. It's fine. Um, uh,
Yeah, I'm not
is
Aaron
everyone able to
Cisco.
hear us? Cool, probably. Sure. I'm just gonna assume yes, and we're gonna continue. But yeah, so controversial as the sequel trilogy may have been, the the
Brian LeBounty.
my name is Brian LeBounty.
Getting warmer.
His name is Kevin
I'm
Berg.
getting fixed.
Yay, we got fixed. All right. So, controversial as the sequel trilogy may have been, and there were a lot of weird, interesting things that were done, people can go ahead and decide whatever they feel about that. We're going to talk about the thing that has brought Star Wars back, not just back into the mainstream, but it has brought a resurgence of the fandom that I honestly didn't think was ever going to happen under Disney ownership. And that, of course, is everyone's favorite little guy, the Mandalorian Din Djarin, a really cool man. DeLorean, if you will. Uh, what do we feel like talking about? Just how good it is? Like we can gush for a while, honestly. I think people will be into it.
There's a lot that can really be said here, but there's a lot that can be ignored.
Space westerns?
It's
Who
fun
would have
show.
ever thought that such a thing could have existed?
Me?
Yeah, obviously.
I've played a lot of sci-fi RPGs, so
Yeah. Yeah. So
as Star Wars is cool now. This is really weird watching our delay on the one side.
Yeah. Then stop looking at the YouTube. Problem solved. So here's the thing.
I'm thinking you're right.
Obviously, this is going to be the whole a big part of it is definitely that the spirit of Firefly continued when it comes to space westerns. Hey, look, it's definitely not the Firefly, definitely not Serenity right there.
Pay no attention to the fact that it is two engines, and that at the end of one episode, very similar to that one part, wasn't that supposed to hold for another episode? At the very end of the episode? Sneaky little whatever, but...
Oh man, people are... Yeah. I don't know. But Star Wars has had a really healthy resurgence, and honestly, I think the main purpose of doing this is just to kind of celebrate that. Because
Battle Beyond the Stars, props to Battle Beyond the Stars, that was great, and the fact that they used that very same ship in another movie, the same Roger Corman used it in that other one.
A movie.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about
Star Wars. So I don't know. Let's just kind of think about some of the things that made it really good. Character-driven stories, like ones where the character is flawed in very clear ways. Along with set pieces where it's okay, things are kind of tense, and we know that if there's a fight, the main character is going to win, but he's probably going to get kicked on his way there.
When that was established in the first episode.
Yeah, the first episode or two where where he fights the big mud beast. That's really the
second
big
episode.
One.
That's the second.
Yeah. So in the second episode where he fights the big mud beast, he gets decked, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you figure a chunk of his armor is just hanging there because he just got nailed by this big woolly rhinoceros-looking thing.
Yeah. The actual plot that transcends the whole series aside, it is a show that is willing to beat up its main character, and that's something that we haven't really seen in Star Wars almost ever. Luke Skywalker definitely got decked a lot. Han Solo did as well, but a lot of the heroes
got tortured for the sake of torture.
Yeah.
As he had to point out, I feel awful.
They didn't even
then
ask any
followed by
questions.
they didn't even ask me any questions.
Yeah, and like so. Yeah. Thanks, Lieutenant Donnie, for pointing out that armor is actually useful in the show. Yeah, well, let's talk about that mud beast, man. Just like the whole time he's getting in the fight, he's getting decked, and this is before he even has the super awesome armor.
Right.
He's just getting rammed by the rhino thing.
And another thing that when they've covered so many little things that have been a little nod to the fans, some of it the ridiculousness of the guy who's carrying an ice cream maker in Empire. And now we see what that ice cream maker really is. That's a thing for holding money. And valuables. It's a crate. It's got stuff in it.
Yeah.
As he got a whole bunch of the money in it. And in another episode, the one dude reveals that he had a bunch of crystals in his, and it's not just an ice cream maker. Thank you,
man,
Earl.
holding things. Hard cash. So the only there have been a couple points in Star Wars continuity where they bring up how money works. One is the fact that Han Solo is getting paid in the original Star Wars. I refuse to call it A New Hope because it's so good.
It's Star Wars.
It's Star Wars.
It's Star Wars. It is
so
Star Wars.
we see Han Solo gets money, and he's just got these like crates over there. The other time is Qui-Gon Jinn in The Phantom Menace talks about Detaries, with Republic credits.
Well, and there is the one bit in the Tatooine in the Mos Eisley bit where he actually throws a coin to the bartender and says, "Sorry about the mess."
That's right. And like, this is a show where we actually see that money kind of matters because the part of the main character being humanized in this way that we know he's going to get kicked down. We know that he's like got to eat. It's clear that he's not exactly thriving. Much of a cool, tough guy as he is.
And his ship was always getting blown to pieces.
That ship is such a cost sink, man.
Well, and of course, they point out it's this old fossil of a ship, and this thing has been grandfathered in. I don't need one of those transponder things, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, and the design of it still is a pretty sweet ship.
Oh, yeah.
And all things considered, I do like the dual engine thing. I don't care if it's an homage to any other things that have the, basic dual engines. It's cool. It is just actually a pretty cool design. Guns in the front, business in the rear. Cool.
It is a minivan with engines. Well, okay, minivan has engines with side space engines.
See also the ship from Spaceballs.
Oh, yeah.
Which was
funny.
A Winnebago with wings and engines.
V-22 Osprey. Oh, is that the name of the ship, Ben Husett? I'm only saying your YouTube name, good sir. Yeah. I don't know, like I'm just happy that because like Star Wars has definitely been kind of in a funk since like the 1999 for obvious reasons. Yeah, okay, there it is. That's confirmation. His ship is called a V-22 Osprey. Thank you, Star Wars fandom.wikia.
AKA the Razor Crest.
Ooh, that's a cool name.
Razor Crest, yes. I like the name Razor Crest. It's much more PC than Slave One, but
Full Metal Leak, the Winnebago.
I still had a geekgasm in my pants when I did see Slave One when it first pops up on Mandalorian. I'm not gonna lie, it was a kind of moment.
Oh yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
But like, yeah, I mean, Star Wars has kind of been in a funk because, like, the original trilogy happened, and it left this legacy that's been really hard to fill. George Lucas tried with the prequel trilogy, and like while a lot of us really enjoy it, a lot of us hate it, and even more of us have both feelings.
Well, and when there's something that you're so passionate about, and then somebody does it in a way, I mean, okay, yes, we fans do feel extremely entitled to how our fandom, because we're the ones paying the bill.
Yeah, we own that. If it
wasn't for us, if we didn't pay for it, they wouldn't be able to make it. If we don't like it, then we'll stop watching it after 6 more, 8 more, 3 more series. And no, we won't stop watching it. Damn it.
No. Like, I am fully trapped in the Star Wars continuity. There is nothing that Disney can put out that I will refuse to watch.
So you still haven't watched Resistance, and neither have I.
I'll get around to it. Speaking of Resistance, it's not just The Mandalorian that has really done a good service to Star Wars as a fandom. Star Wars The Clone Wars has actually, like, in terms of prequel material, it has a strong audience, and it's really accessible, and a lot of the episodes are just good television in general.
I really enjoyed Clone Wars. I really did, though I will say the first season is a hard watch.
First season's pretty rough, yeah.
Because I think they didn't know what they were planning to do yet.
Good luck, Lieutenant Donnie.
How long they were going to do it.
Enjoy the bathroom.
And when they... Anytime there was a Jar Jar episode or a Droids episode, it was like...
Yeah. Well, like, that's part of what's so good about the Clone Wars series, because it's very episodic. Like, it's so episodic that it is you can't, like, getting a chronological sequence of episodes isn't. I misinterpreted what Lieutenant Donnie said.
Yes, the Razor Crest is.
It has a bathroom.
Ship in all of Star Wars that we ever see with a toilet.
All this time, I thought Star Wars was a post-bathroom society. They have advanced their technology to the point where they're able to just siphon things out into the air, which they then put into space, which makes new planets and probably Jedi, midi-chlorians,
like Star Trek with the transporters that just beam the.
Yeah. Just beam your bladder out. It's fine, man.
Well, I don't have to go anymore.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scotty.
And like. It's really grounded, and there isn't a whole lot of grounded Star Wars material. Like, there are some comics, there's a decent number of books, but like, comics will always be a niche medium. Like, that's unfortunately how it is. As much as I really enjoy a lot of the Star Wars comics in particular, I realize that they are never going to be what takes Star Wars into the mainstream, and they are not going to be the thing that most people see about it. But like, when it comes to grounded material, The Mandalorian is like, everything is gritty, everything is realistic. It's like, all right, this guy, he's gonna get shot. They established pretty early on that him getting shot isn't the biggest deal. He'll be really inconvenienced, and he has this armor, and he's gonna take cover, but like, he's competent enough that like, I'm never worried Din is going to die.
It's very Westerns.
Yeah.
It's like, if you turn Star Wars into a Western, you have The Mandalorian, and
otherwise known as The Man with No Name.
Well,
they're very similar. Yeah.
There are a lot of the tropes of a Western in this show, and it's really sweet.
Yeah.
Plus some decent one-liners and little sneak it in there. You will not die by my hand.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't say I wouldn't turn the lights off and leave you for the hounds, but, I didn't kill you.
It just, like, everything is very believable, despite the fact that Star Wars has kind of always been a really out there setting. Magic is a definitively real thing. People have the ability to go from star to star with an ambiguous amount of time passing. I say ambiguous because, like, in some movies it seems like it takes weeks. Like in the original Star Wars, I always got the impression that Luke was being trained by old Ben for a good like several days at a minimum, maybe even a couple weeks, as they're going from Tatooine to Alderaan. Whereas like in the same trilogy, in the Return of the Jedi, they jump from their main base to Endor's Forest Moon instantly. And like there's a whole bunch of people that have drawn star maps, and they're like, well, this is why you can do it. And it's just like, okay,
Yes,
sure.
but I that's the ship that did the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs.
But it wasn't just the Millennium Falcon. It was the entire Rebel fleet that went to the Endor's Forest Moon.
And a bunch of different ships that you had no idea could do hyperspace.
Honestly, I don't remember where I was going with this tangent.
You were going to how
hyperspace. Star Wars is outlandish.
Yes.
Okay. And like that's kind of the thing. Like, so they managed to find a way to take this instantly. Like, you can look at the setting and say, oh well, this is kind of stupid because they have all these rules that they never really adhere to. And then like we finally get something where the characters at the very least finally behave as if the rules are real and they have consequence, and people can die if they don't adhere to those rules properly. That's one of the coolest things about the episodic nature. All right, folks, I'm sorry. I'm going to talk about spoilers because season 1 of The Mandalorian. I'm sorry, you guys. You went to a Mandalorian panel. The description is "This is the way." I'm sorry. I'm going to talk about some spoilers. So, Mr. I Have Spoken, the Ugnaught fellow was he on Tatooine? I feel like he was on Tatooine. I haven't watched it in a year, so like I'm not perfectly flawless on that. So that guy, he gets torched, man.
Yes, I'm a dick.
Jeez, it just gets absolutely like no mercy. It's a brutal thing. Like, and
no,
that's one of the benefits of it being so episodic, because really the only characters that you have to keep, well, with asterisk on there, because at a season break you can ditch anyone really, except as long as there's a Mandalorian, it's fine.
And it just says the Mandalorian. It does not say Din. It does not.
Because realistically, at any season break, they could kill Din if they really wanted to. Yeah, Rogue One was kind of like that, wasn't it, Full Metal Leak?
I will definitely forgive the Rogue One. I liked Rogue One. I'm not going to lie.
I like a lot of things about Rogue One. There's some things I don't like, and there's a lot of things I do like.
Okay, the fact that you knew you go in knowing full well you are not going to see these characters in anything else. They have to die. That is the way. It is.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Disney has spoken.
You have to kill them, and they did a decent story.
Arvala 7, that was the name of the place? Interesting.
Except the beginning. Because I don't care what anybody says, the fact that new the New Order guy decides they're going to land their ship way the franken gone from the actual farm, and then they're going to walk there, giving them plenty of time to run and hide. That was stupid. Okay? That was stupid. But beyond that, the rest of the film was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, we're talking Rogue One now?
Yeah, Rogue One. Sorry.
Yeah.
Back to Mandalorian, though.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think Rogue One also has kind of contributed to the resurgence.
Yes.
Because I feel like in general it was at the very least less controversial than the entirety of the sequel trilogy. And so it's definitely helped with the resurgence, and it made people realize that people kind of want this more grounded Star Wars content. Because like we've got so like my personal issue with the movie is that I don't like the main character, I don't like the other main character, and I hate the villain. But aside from those, I love everything. Like, yeah. Oh man, this is Boba.
No, this is Mando.
Oh,
It's the
that's
same.
Din.
It's even
Din.
got the actual like the big old disintegrator in the back. For real.
So like
Legos, dude.
Rogue One does a lot of
Legos.
things to like actually harken back and say, okay, without remaking the original Star Wars and recapturing its magic, how can we recapture its magic? And it does a few things. It does it says, okay, the Death Star. Let's give you a perspective on it that reveals that this thing is actually terrifying. We're going to show it destroy Jeddah. A weird name for
not the planet though. They did
not the entire
do
planet.
A full demonstration.
Just the big city. Happy Temple, where Chirrut Imwe, played by Donnie Yen, oh man, is there, and he's a blind fella who may or may not be using the Force, but one thing is certain: he is faithful, and the Force likes him.
He is so badass until he pushes the button and then can die.
Yeah. Well, like that's the thing. The Force said he's allowed to get this far. Everything beyond that point, Force doesn't need him anymore. He filled his purpose, and I know that he is on it. He is emotionally ready to die, and like every single character in Rogue One is. Oh, sorry, spoilers for Rogue One, by the way. Everyone dies.
Everyone.
Well,
except Darth Vader.
Except characters that appear in other movies, because there's
didn't see him in
unfortunate
something that was made before it. They're dead.
Yeah,
get over
like, it. Yeah, like, and it's one of those like the movie's kind of unnecessary, but like. It captures a spirit that we hadn't really thought of. We see like a perspective from the ground of it's not an AT-AT, but it's close enough, you know, an AT-ACT. We see those walking around, and like we see them just towering over everybody. We see Imperial soldiers walking around harassing civilians in such a way where the civilians are clearly terrified, and whether or not the heroes are able to plow through stormtroopers, we know that the stormtroopers are a threat.
But it's unnecessary in the same way that Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead is unnecessary to Hamlet. It's a different kind of perspective, but it's you know, it's
sure
more story for other characters.
I'll give you that.
Give them some screen time and then kill them.
Yeah. And it's like
as long as they don't make a episode 5.5 called The Boffins.
A small tangent to quote from my brother, you know, a little while after we had both watched Rogue One, I think we watched it independently from each other. He said, this movie is stupid because it's there exclusively to explain a plot hole. To which I say, a plot hole? Come on, the Death Star, that wasn't a plot hole. That was like they kind of explained the. He says, no, it's literally a hole. That is the plot. It is a plot hole. Like, you know, you're right. This is a movie that tries to explain a plot hole, create several more plot holes. But we're not talking about how it's bad. We're talking about how it recaptured the magic. Darth Vader, my guy.
Though he went straight from ridiculous badass at the end of Rogue One to I'm just gonna walk over all these corpses on this blockade runner and just look menacing.
He earned it.
I was like lifting people up in the air, crushing their throats without even thinking about it. But
he earned it. He earned it. Is my guy. I remember like sitting in the chair and I'm like, hey man, I more Star Wars. I want to see more Star Wars. And I'm just like leaning back and I'm like, all right. And then, you know, I see a dark hallway. I hear the breathing, and then there's a red glow, and it's like, whoa, Darth Vader is scary. Holy moly! And we just watch him cut through everything, and it just
hasn't been scary since 1977.
Yes, Lieutenant Donnie. He was tired. He needed to rest. See, there you go. Yeah, you got my back on Darth Vader. Yeah, like Darth Vader's kind of become a cliche, and it's really nice to see a movie breathe some fresh life into him as a character as well. Rogue One did a lot to bring back this Star Wars resurgence, and it's really exciting.
So, speaking as a child of the 70s, Darth Vader lost a little bit of his scariness when you've got your first action figure of Darth Vader and his head popped off the first day you had him.
Those are fun action figures.
The first day.
Oh man, his force bar was low. Yes, Gizmo.
Yeah.
Geez, my lips are so red on this camera. Whatever, I'll deal with it. It's fine.
Yeah, my head is so shiny.
Yeah, dude. My head's a little shiny. I'm kind of into it. Whatever. It's cool.
And my glasses, man, I tell you, there is so much glare.
Oh yeah, like I've got this lamp right here. I've got the screen blasting my face. So like I've got all this.
You know what?
Glow.
Hey,
yeah.
If we get to do this panel like this, and we've got people watching it,
dude, we have 22 people here. How awesome is that? MarsCon 2021. Wow. Wow. Speaking of MarsCon 20, hold on, I got to.
You know, you forgot your big long blatant plugging the Discord, et cetera,
All right, there we go.
Ad nauseum.
No. If you look at the chat, I fixed it. All right, we're good. Go to the Discord. I helped make it. It's fun to just hang out, especially in the hallway, and chat about stuff. Okay. Anyway.
And watch me get drunk.
Watch me get drunk. It's like this, but it'll be more. I have spoken.
I have spoken.
I love this is the way, but like I have spoken is my favorite of the one-liner bits. I really like how the Mandalorian. I just feel like talking about the Mandalorian some more, man.
Yes, more Mandalorian. That's what we're supposed to be talking about, dude.
Yeah, I know, but I wanted to talk about. Okay, so Mandalorian has a lot of really cool characters. A lot of people like Cara Dune. We're not going to get into that. There's a whatever. A lot of people like, I don't remember his name, but he's cool too. Man, all right, let's talk about Baby Yoda. All right. Baby Yoda, Grogu, Rosario
Dawson is Ahsoka.
She plays Ahsoka Tano. She's got short tentacles now, and it's fine. Because let's be honest,
agent, she's still hot.
We're okay. Anyway,
Rosario Dawson.
Hey, this is a family. Okay. She's got cool makeup. The makeup artist did a really good job. She's there, and she reveals to us something that people have been wondering forever. What is this guy? The child. He's, like we can't call him Baby Yoda forever. Most of the characters in the show don't know who Yoda is. I highly doubt that Din Djarin has ever been to Coruscant, and if he has, it was there and out real quick. That's a core world. He doesn't live on the core. He's on the outer rim. He's doing jobs. He's killing people for money. You don't really get to do that in the core world.
Gunslinger for hire. He is a bounty hunter, and this is the way.
Mm-hmm. And so, like, we don't know who Yoda is. And so, like, when we finally get the name drop, Grogu, like, when I first heard it, I'm like, that's a little lame. But then I just kind of liked it over time. Like,
as opposed to,
Yoda, or he's baby, or Din gets to name him. I like that he already has a name. Like, the kid's 50 years old, man.
Yeah, right?
He was there for Order 66. He probably knew a decent number of the main characters.
And as the creator is quite a geek, it's possible, it's very possible, in fact, that he's actually the character that appeared in the comic books. If you haven't seen the blurb about this yet, there was a comic book about some people who were being sent in to try to thwart the actual Jedi Temple because they had taken people's children because they were force sensitive. And some people had a problem with that. Okay, I get it. I'm going to have to track down this actual issue of Star Wars, the comic, to figure out what the full story on it is and not just a blurb I caught on Google, I think. I don't remember where it was. Might have been Yahoo. I don't know. Either way, but they did show a infant of the same species as Yoda and Grogu. Might have been Grogu. We don't know.
Yeah.
But as we've already determined, he's sneaking little things in from other stuff. Hey, why not?
Right.
There's also
And you know what? He's just so damn cute. Look at the guy. Yeah. He got big old eyes, man.
And my poor little daughter, who finally has finished watching season 2, and she said, "That little green jelly bean broke my heart."
Sorry, spoiler alert for season 2 of The Mandalorian, guys. CGI monster face Luke Skywalker standing there holding the child, holding little baby, going, "I will train him," while his face like kind of shifts a little to the side because the CGI just isn't quite there yet.
It was better than Princess Leia in Rogue One.
It was better than Rogue One, and it was also better than The Rise of Skywalker, or no, Last Jedi. That's where they did the. Was it?
It was
better than the other deepfake.
Tarkin was in Rogue One.
Oh, so Peter Cushing. Oh, why would they do that?
Because he already looked creepy, and having a CG that looks creepy and him that looked creepy, I will give the Tarkin a pass. Honestly, I will. Though, had they done what they did with the end of Episode 3 and used the guy who played
Shouldn't you give
Scorpius,
the spoiler alert before the info? Yes. So
had they used the bit, the actor who played Wayne Pygram played Tarkin at the very end of Episode 3. You see him for like a split second on the screen. That was Tarkin, and it was Wayne Pygram who played Scorpius on Farscape. Awesome.
Honestly, just start recasting these guys. If you really want to reincorporate them into future films, just go ahead and recast them. I love Mark Hamill. He's my favorite. Luke Skywalker,
but he's like
great.
70.
But he's like 70, guys. He, as he continues progressing into being 279 years old, we should probably get a different actor. It's fine. CG looks weird. And I've got there's a bunch of statements in the YouTube chat that I want to get into. Lieutenant Donnie, though, with his most recent one, Mark Hamill got a hallway scene, my guy. Darth Vader's hallway scene. Now Luke Skywalker hallway scene. He's right. I forgive everything about the CGI monster face. I forgive it.
Yeah,
he earned it.
I had a little geekgasm for that one too, but I knew it was coming.
Well, yeah,
I knew it.
Robert Lent says, one thing that I liked about The Mandalorian is that the stakes are personal instead of bigger and bigger threats like bigger and bigger Death Stars. Yeah, so that was kind of one of my problems with the sequel trilogy. The Starkiller base is just the Death Star, but with extra steps. And with
and it can shoot more planets at once.
Wow, Hosnian Prime blows up and there's like 10 worlds. I don't know any of them. I've never been to any of them. I understand that they are somehow connected to the Republic, which is somehow connected to the Resistance, but they never really get into it.
And they blew up Couldn't Care Less on, and don't give a damn about it.
Yeah, like the reason that the destruction of Alderaan matters so much isn't because I feel like Full Metal Leak's a little bit delayed compared to a lot of the other people, but that's okay. You know what? We're fine. I agree with him.
I think we're all a little behind. I keep watching the little snippets on the side and going,
yeah. It's like, oh boy, is that how my face looks? All right, cool.
And I'll see it again in a minute.
I will. So either way, that's kind of one of my issues. Like, okay, so you're going to go ahead and make things bigger, but Alderaan blowing up wasn't a big deal because, wow, you have the technology that can blow up a planet. That's so huge. It's more, this is the home of Princess Leia. We don't entirely know who Princess Leia is, but we do know that she is probably benevolent because she's wearing a white robe, and people in white robes are usually good guys. And we know that that's her home, and it's being blown up and it's a pacifist place. We know that. And so, like, it's a character-driven reason why it sucks that Alderaan gets blown up. Sorry, guys. Spoiler alert, 1977.
Yeah, if you've never seen Star Wars, the original,
yeah, You guys are missing out. You should check out Star Wars. It's pretty obscure. You probably never heard of it, but it's pretty good.
If it hadn't been a hit, we wouldn't have all of everything else, and we wouldn't have Baby Yoda.
Yeah. Aximili 150 says, "I love the line, do the magic thing, do the magic hand thingy," and like, man, it's that sort of like feeds into a little bit of what we were talking about with Rogue One, with the whole like giving the perspective on what the Force is from a non-Force feeling person, because like we have Force sensitive main characters in the entirety of the movies, like okay, but Din is not. He does not feel the Force. He, like, when he first sees Grogu do the thing, yes, Alderaan gets destroyed. When we first see Grogu do the thing, it's like, okay, he's clearly confused about this, and like people explain, so there are these like wizards in space that exist, and like that's kind of a big deal. You should take him to his people. And it's like, all right, because he's clearly skeptical. Okay, what a good suit actor, like, to convey emotion without being able to show your face. Oh man, you're just letting me yell, huh? Okay. That's okay. I can ramble for years.
Hey,
man.
hey! Dude in a suit that says so little and becomes one of the most popular characters, so popular that Lucas hated him and had to kill him, aka Boba Fett.
Boba Fett. Where? Boba Fett. Oh, are we gonna talk about season 2 Boba Fett?
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Right.
I think that bit's getting a little old. Let's go ahead and stop going with that. I'm gonna go ahead and stop saying spoiler alert.
Boba Fett.
Just
Boba Fett. There will be a series that is just based on, we don't know exactly, because
remember in like 2005 when that was first announced?
What, there was going to be a Boba Fett?
Yeah. They were like, we're gonna do a standalone Boba Fett TV show, and yeah, so Boba Fett.
The book of Boba Fett, which is supposed to be coming out towards the end of this year. Yeah. Woohoo! Merry Christmas, happy birthday to me.
So Clone Wars not Clone Wars. Attack of the Clones had me on the fence when it came to the actor of Boba Fett or Jango Fett. He's technically the same person. He's a clone. It's not the same actor. I know.
But he's a
until now.
Clone.
Yeah. I'm Googling. I'm cheating, guys. I'm sorry. Temuera Morrison. So Mr. Morrison, that fella always had me on the fence because, like, as so one thing that the Boba Fett actor, he recently passed. I don't remember his name. I'm sorry. Fake fan, I know.
Jeremy Bulloch.
So Jeremy Bulloch, when he plays Boba Fett, like, he's really good at suit acting because he says nothing, and like he's still able to convey like this the Boba Fett. Nice. He's like standing there, and the whole time he's standing there, like, I believe that this guy kills people. Like like the whole time.
Jeremy friggin'
I know,
Bulloch.
I'm a fake fan. Jeremy Bulloch, there he is.
Autographed.
Fake fan. I don't know all the actors' names. I'm sorry. I was raised in Star Wars. I think it's real. It's a problem. So the whole time Jeremy Bulloch's there, he's like standing. He has this imposing presence. This is a hardened killer. He is reckless. Probably he disintegrates people, and he doesn't even think about it.
He did tell Darth Vader that he loved him, by saying so little after he said no disintegrations, and Boba Fett says,
"There,
as you wish."
Yeah, like I picked up on the undertones. George Lucas was ahead of his time. He had gay villains. You know what? Thanks, please, pride. Let's go. I'm just saying. So anyway,
well, it's going to be loving Vader Saber. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I will.
It's great. I'm still waiting for that spinoff. Sorry, this became a fan shipping panel real fast. So, so either way, but then when we get to Attack of the Clones, when Morrison is playing Jango Fett, he's like kind of slouched a little bit. This is someone who, sure, he's a hardened criminal. He's going to kill people, but like he's really relaxed about things. He's not as like uptight as Jeremy Bulloch was. But somehow he was actually able to capture the essence of the character, I felt, in Mandalorian season 2. And like really help out with the whole thing. Like, you know, he's a little older. He's got a little bit of a dad bod going on. Shout out to.
Sorry, you had to say Boba Fett, Mr. John Allen.
Thanks, John Allen.
It ain't a vet, but it's a car. Still got to make some Car Wars stats for it. I've got 2 of them.
Oh man, Car Wars. That's a topic for another day. Maybe we'll talk about it in hallway at the Discord that I'm going to plug again. All right. So, so like the whole time.
We digress.
Man, it's a panel, and like.
Oh, for those who haven't seen my shirt, Choking Hazard.
Sorry, I can't see your face, guys. It makes me have a little harder time understanding how you're feeling about the nonsense I'm yelling. But either way, we've got 8 thumbs up, man. To me, that's a success.
Ben, give us more thumbs. Any thumbs?
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah. Subscribe to the channel that will be gone.
No, the channel's going to continue. We'll talk about it in the hallway, guys. Make sure to visit the Discord. Okay. So.
If you can't find the link to the Discord thing, go to marscon.org and you will find us. Oh, yes.
That's true. You go to marscon.org.
Some of us even accept friend requests on Discord if you want to talk to us in other scenarios.
Making faces out of Sophie. Oh no! I wish I could see the faces. Okay. So either way, like, so that actor, I'm honestly impressed with how he managed to make Boba Fett clearly not Jango Fett. Like, they are clearly different characters, despite how minimalist their entire roles are. Because Jango Fett existed, he had one fight scene and then a different fight scene where he died.
Jango that's his whole... had a baby and his head popped off.
Whoa. Is this a dating app? It kind of, you know what? Thanks, Mom.
Christine, I'm sorry, but I'm not dating you. It's just not happening.
Hi, guys. My name's Brian. I'm 28 years old. So, anyway.
My name is not Brian, and I am much older than 28 years old.
That's true. I can vouch for that. We're getting a little off topic.
You ew at us.
Ew. Thanks, Mom. Okay. I just like the concept of saying thanks, Mom, when there's a video, and like a lot of people may or may not know the context. I'm not going to explain it either. I'm just going to leave it at that.
So anyway, we are digressing again. Boba Fett, having been popped back in first as just a little hint, a teaser, if you will, where you see the sharpshooter chick that. Sorry, don't want to say chick as an offensive to the ladies thing, but the one.
Show your beverage. Let them know.
Remember her name right this second. Who gets killed by that fledgling young bounty hunter who's trying to make a name for himself in the guild, and then you see somebody
going
walk up to
I
her, teaser, woohoo. And then lots of people are guessing, who could it be? Who could it be? And the next season we find out it's Boba Fett.
Oh, man. Boba Fett? Wait, Boba Fett's in this show? Okay, so...
First we see him all, like, holding a gaffy stick and looking just badass from behind. And we're like, no, yeah.
We see his face, and, like... My brain takes a moment to process exactly what's going on, because like, as big of a Star Wars fan as I am, I'm really stupid.
And then when I see the Slave One, and the Geekgasm, oh my god! Oh
yeah, there.
Be thankful you were not in the room with.
I was about to say some vulgar things, and I will hold it until the hallway, guys. At MarsCon 2021, we're going to go to the hallway where I'm going to say the jokes that I was planning on. Okay.
Now, see, as far as them using the same actor, they used the same actor from that you actually got to see the face of.
Yes.
For some of us, for forever, rest his wonderful personness, that wonderful Brit that was Jeremy Bulloch. Rest in peace. He died
to pay respect
just last year. Sigh. But I got his autograph a shitload of times.
Yeah, bud. Yeah, like, and then like
for them
actually
to
watching him
establish that he is not a born Mandalorian, but he has the right to own the suit.
Yeah,
because his father did something that we have not figured out what is yet, and perhaps they'll explain on the Book of Boba Fett.
So that's a nerd dive that I really appreciate. That Mandalorian gets into. They explain a thing that is touched on in the Clone Wars. So in the Clone Wars, during one of the Mandalorian episodes, I don't remember which one. I'm sorry, fake fan. There another hallway. So there is a scene where Obi-Wan Kenobi is talking to Satine. I don't remember what her position was. Where they're having a back and forth, and he says, wait, Mandalorian. I knew a man who wore Mandalorian armor. He was Jango Fett. He was on Kamino. And Satine explains that Jango Fett is a man who stole ceremonial armor, and he is never to be considered a Mandalorian. But then this show manages to pop up and say, hey, wait a minute, though. Sure, Jango Fett, let's throw him under the bus. Boba Fett, though? Boba Fett was actually hardcore. And he earned enough respect somehow to make the Mandalorians believe that he was willing to make that the Mandalorians believe that he was actually allowed to keep that armor, and that armor is also the same armor as the armor that Jango Fett had. Probably, I say probably
repainted.
It's repainted,
skull scraped out of the inside of.
Yeah. Ew. Oh man, seeing his armor all touched up. Ooh, that
Geekgasm again. Yeah, there was a little bit of. Oh,
sorry guys, we're talking about the wrong Mandalorian here. We're talking about Boba Fett. This was a Boba Fett panel the whole time. You all fell for it. Pranked, man. Spoiler, but they don't elaborate that Jango Fett was a foundling. Spoiler, but don't they elaborate that Jango was a foundling, same as Din Djarin in season 2 of Mandalorian?
Yes, they do actually.
I missed that line. I'm sorry, fake fan.
Yeah, see, the thing about the origin of Jango has been still a little shaky, because you hear one person say one thing from some person on a show where, let's face it, the Mandalorian hierarchy was in all kinds of chaos. For instance, when they first meet Din, and he's like, you take your helmets off? You're not Mandalorians. And they're like, oh, you're one of that sect. Oh.
I loved that.
Yeah,
well, let's bring back Death Watch.
There's a lot more of us out there, and
the Kryze. Yeah, bringing back the Kryze family. Oh man, like highlighting Din Djarin's fanatical approach. Like, oh, you're part of the Watch. All right. Like the whole time, it's so interesting. The way they kind of like they explore a lot of things, but they make sure to keep it all from one perspective. It's clear that it's clear that there are aspects of how people are interacting with the world that could be wrong. Like they make it clear that no one has all the right answers because maybe there just aren't correct answers, which is another
it's not
thing.
like they have the internet.
Yeah.
Because goodness knows, we get so much truth on the internet these days, especially in America.
So much truth.
Much truth. Come on, there was voter fraud. Really?
Get it, guys? That was a reference to the real world, which we're not talking about anymore.
Oh, God,
no.
It's too depressing.
We're talking about Star Wars. Star Wars is awesome, guys. It's cool again.
Awesome again.
Okay, let's talk about emotions,
so they start some of the other spin-off series, and we see how much they might suck, because I don't want to have another I got a bad feeling about this panel, but I think there's a couple of the series coming up that might just get that kind of take.
Yeah. So I was about to talk about something, but then Lieutenant Donnie has yet again brought us with another hot observation that really blew me away in the show. He says, or she, or other. So Lieutenant Donnie says, did anyone get as shocked and giddy as I did when he used sign language to talk to Tuskens? So this was a scene in the first season. We see Din Djarin doing a whole bunch of hand signs and stuff in order to make clear communication with Tusken Raiders that were on Tatooine, in order so that he would be able to make a deal and go through the sand dunes of Tatooine.
To get where he's going.
Yeah, like he's going from point A to point B, and he's trying to not have a fight, and he makes it clear. And it's like, it's really interesting because it presents that there are multiple facets to any conflict going on, especially within Star Wars. Like, that was so cool. I agree, Gizmo. That was super cool. Yeah, I just wanted to point that up so that it's immortalized forever in the nebulous void that is the internet, found on youtube.com, which is directly connected to MarsCon 2021. Here's the Discord link.
Discord,
come on, hang out with us. I'm definitely not plugging it more because we're closer and closer to the end, I promise.
There will be more alcohol.
There will be more alcohol. There will be more Star Wars, maybe other things. When we talk about other fandoms, so
I talk about Doctor Who too.
Doctor Who exists. We're not going to talk about that right now. I want to talk about so emotions, guys. Let's talk about emotions. So
how many people?
So personal stakes.
Show of thumbs. How many people shed a tear when Mando took his helmet off? So the little Grogu could see his face because he was gesturing like he really wanted to see his face. I'm not going to lie.
Show of thumbs. That's right, guys. Make sure to click the thumbs up button.
I felt like a tear duct should have opened up and let one loose. I felt like it.
There will be more spoilers. So this was a thing that I was trying to bring up near the beginning of this panel where I talked about Luke's CGI monster face, but it really distracted me. So it's one of those things where, like, as much as I wanted to cry at that scene, I was really distracted by the monster face. But anyway, wow, emotions, guys. Din Djarin standing there looking at the character that has become his son, his child. He's holding him. He's looking at that adorable little doll that I want to have copies of, but I don't have the money to purchase because that thing is so. Oh, hey, there he is. That's the real one from the. That's the real one from the show. I promise.
Build a bear.
Like, he's holding that little child who has become an instrumental character. That kid has actually helped him accomplish missions. That kid helped him become a real Mandalorian, because without that kid, without the child, he probably wouldn't have been able to beat Mudhorn.
And as the silly meme says, Mandalorian is a side story. No, he is Star Wars.
Oh, man. Man, wouldn't that have been such a cool line to end on? So anyway, we're going to continue for another 5 minutes, maybe more.
If we're not getting booted off, we can keep gabbing. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm going to gab until an individual who I will not say the name of because.
But let it be said that his initials are J.A.
Yeah. So like, just like what a journey, man. Like, we get Din, like, he first sees the child. He starts being like, man, this is a job.
I do have a problem.
Okay, don't worry, guys. I'll be able to keep you entertained by myself. So Din Djarin is standing there.
Show.
What? So he's holding the child. Oh, I got distracted.
Sorry.
Cool. What's really fun is that on the playback, I'm looking the wrong direction. The camera's flipped and everything. Oh, never mind. I saw the replay. I'm looking the correct direction when I look like this. So he first takes the kid. He sees him. He's like, wow, I'm just going to go ahead and turn this kid in, receive some money from an Imperial fella who's, there and has the Darksaber for a reason or another.
Wow, the Darksaber.
We didn't even talk about that.
The nod to Clone Wars and the return of Darth Maul, who also made Star Wars cool again. Because here's the thing about that. One time-honored tradition that I have noticed in life, having watched as much Star Wars as I have in my life, including the holiday special and both of the Ewok movies.
Jesse, I know what that is.
Fact. When Lucas finds a villain that he does not like because he finds that the fans like it more than he wants them to, he kills them. Oh, look, Darth Maul. Hey, he's totally badass and he's cut in half. Hey, Boba Fett. He's like the hottest selling character. He's more popular than everybody else in Empire Strikes Back, and he's a burp joke. Hey, let's make this General Grievous dude. He's like sweet. He's got like multiple arms and all kinds of lightsabers and twirly, and he's dead. Hey, you know what? Before that, why don't we go ahead and step back to Jango Fett? He's in the Boba Fett suit going out living and his head's popped off. Screw you, Lucas. The fans and the good writers bring back the characters we wanted to see more of, so just saying.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom!
Hi, Grandma.
But that being said, Clone Wars host Lucas brought back Darth Maul, and they did it well. They did the character justice. Yeah. They gave him depth. They gave him backstory. They gave him substance. He wasn't just that cool-looking guy that Matthias Baster likes to do as cosplay, which, by the way, nods to Matthias. If he was on here right now, I would be saying, awesome, you are awesome.
We would have similar reactions.
Of you holding my baby as a wallpaper on my computer.
We would be having very similar reactions to when we first saw the Return of Boba Fett. And which we're not going to elaborate until we get to the hallway.
The comic books tried to do, and then another true diehard fan brings back Boba Fett.
Oh yeah, man.
Now, unfortunately, I'm sorry, General Grievous. There's no coming back.
Nah, he's dead, man. We watched his heart explode.
And let's okay, and Christopher Lee, yes, much as I'd love to see Count Dooku come back, I don't want to CG Christopher Lee. Please, no CG Christopher Lee. Pretty please. 1,000 times no.
Ooh, Disney's really got to get off that train and start recasting people.
And there is no one to replace Christopher Lee. There just isn't.
No.
They almost pulled off a Peter Cushing. Almost. There is no Christopher Lee. There just isn't.
No, that's a hard sell. Yeah, like I feel like we would need a panel or not like an assembly of like 1,000 hardcore nerds just recast Samuel L. Jackson. I'm down. Like
actually, the Samuel L. Jackson, it's in the rumor mills of Mace Windu actually having survived that fall, because
is he coming back for Kenobi?
It's possible.
How weird is it that Hayden Christensen's going to be in Kenobi, folks? I don't know what he's going to do.
He's going to be in Darth Vader's suit. They're going to have another duel, and he's going to get his ass handed to him again.
He's not tall enough, guys.
No.
Like, okay, so here's the thing. Like, Hayden Christensen, okay, he played Anakin, and you know what? I respect the man because he was in Star Wars. I don't respect him because of his acting talent. I don't respect him because he did a great job in Star Wars. I respect him because he was Anakin. So, like,
and other rumors that are flying around.
Well, that one's not even a rumor. Like, Disney officially was like, Hayden Christensen's coming back.
No,
they didn't elaborate.
About Hayden. Yeah, Hayden I know is coming. That I know.
Yeah, I'm interested.
But there's also rumors. Rumors flying on both or either. What's her name? The girl who played Amy Pond on New Who, which her name is escaping me right this second because. Yes.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Gilliam. Yes.
Gilliam.
Her. Either her or, depending on which way they want to take the story, as to how old they make Luke Skywalker, or potentially Julianne Moore as Mara Jade.
I'm sorry,
depending on which. Right. It's in the rumor mill, and they've both been approached and kind of doing the might be open to that, but we'll see where things go.
I just gotta say I'm 100% on board as long as Jon Favreau's in charge. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, you know what? Sure.
Oh no, it wouldn't necessarily be on Mandalorian, because it's depending on what timeline they try to pull them off on. But because they've already brought back Admiral Thrawn, thank you, Rebels.
Thank you, Rebels.
Don't be mad at Rebels because they brought Thrawn.
Oh,
that's one step away from RJ.
I'm gonna gripe and say I think they wasted his potential, but like I do like that he's there.
And he's coming in for the Ahsoka.
Oh right, they're doing an Ahsoka show. Guys, Star Wars cool.
Star Wars becoming cool again.
There's so much Star Wars. We're gonna get it.
It's not just The Mandalorian. There's good stuff in the potential works. There's potential for good. And yes, Mara Jade would be great.
Dude, considering how this is going to be immortalized, imagine if those shows suck and how like we're super excited right now. That's going to be immortalized forever.
That's
for characters like Cara Dune, please let's not address that.
And for me to say, hey, by the way, this is rumor.
Yeah, a lot of it's rumor mill.
Do not quote me on this.
We're excited nerds, okay?
Here, watch me pull the facts out of my butt.
Yeah.
Here,
hey, look.
Here.
Fresh facts.
Dead people ballots. Here you go.
That was a stormtrooper.
Pay no attention to the guy in the easy chair. It's all rumors. If it does turn out to be nothing and they don't pull Mara Jade out,
here's Luke Skywalker.
They don't tap the character. That sucks. I think some fans want it to happen more than it should.
Yeah, like
as long as they do it well.
Yeah, like realistically, I don't feel that Mara Jade necessarily has a place in the new continuity, mainly because of the sequel trilogy and how they've
some would
chosen.
Say the same of Thrawn, but here he is.
Yeah.
And you got to say, if you saw him on Rebels, every scene he was in,
he was pretty cool. He's really cool.
Yes.
I just wish he got more screen time.
Yeah.
Oh man, guys, I'm excited for what's coming up in Star Wars. Like, whatever turns out to be true, like at the very least, I'm glad that we're getting more of it. Like, even if a lot of it turns out to be bad, I'm still looking forward to it, honestly.
And honestly, if they do manage to get Julianne Moore for Mara Jade, man, I'll have an even bigger geekgasm.
I'm interested in such a premise. I'm curious.
What, seeing me have a geekasm or
no, not
Mara
that
Jade?
part. Just the premise of, okay, all right, we're having Mara Jade there, because that's one of those things where I think they could put Mark Hamill in a little bit of younger makeup and not give him CGI monster face.
Yes,
And
yes, they could,
have him
especially if
bounce
they're
off
going for
Mara Jade.
Julianne Moore,
Let's give
because
them
she's not particularly young anymore.
Yeah, let's give them a romance. Let's have Kylo Ren kill her, and or they just end on even terms. I don't know,
So
man.
she has aged extremely well, and she's still beautiful.
Oh, sure. Like,
dude,
lest
Kingsman,
we never see
hello?
Chewie taken out by a moon, man. Someday I'm going to do an expanded universe panel. Leave a thumbs up if you want to see an expanded universe panel, and if you don't want to see an expanded universe panel, leave a thumbs up to let us know that you don't want to see one.
And I have seen the pictures of Sebastian Stan.
They are good.
Trying to make his face look more like Mark Hamill style, and yeah, I think he is a good choice.
I do think he's a good choice. I also think that there's probably a lot of, as of yet, unestablished actors who probably can fit the bill very well.
Yes. But if you're going for a lookalike,
he's a good lookalike.
But at the same time,
he's a little younger. I think he would do
necessarily good.
I think he would do a good job playing a younger Luke. Well, not younger. I say younger. I mean younger in terms of like the sequel trilogy, because
younger than Mark Hamill.
You know, Mark Hamill's 600 years old, man. Like, all right, so let's get somebody who's 40 or 50. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't care. Mark Hamill could still kick your ass.
That's irrelevant. I know he could kick my ass because I'd let him. See, I've got a fidget spinner with his face on it, man. And fidget spinners haven't been cool for 100 years. If they've ever been. That's leave a like if you if you have any feelings about the matter.
I still have a Boba Fett fidget spinner, so suck it.
Oh man, Boba Fett's so cool. He's in Mandalorian, guys. Spoiler alert. I don't know. I'm having fun. MarsCon 2021, folks.
This is gonna stay on YouTube forever?
Dude, I hope so.
Oh God.
I have access to the channel, and I'm going to do everything I can to find a way to make sure that not only is it accessible, because it's going to at the very least stay if we can get the link, but I'm going to make sure to find a way that it stays up here and people will find it on accident.
That's a scary thought. I've stumbled across a few people.
Started streaming 69 minutes ago.
YouTube
nice.
And, scary.
Yeah. And like, man, there's just actually like, man, Star Wars is exciting. There's a lot of potential outcomes. There's a lot of things that they're leaning into. There's I know Disney actively feeds rumor mills, and sometimes rumor mills influence Disney. So please, people, keep spreading cool rumors.
So maybe they will actually tap Julianne Moore. Come on. Make it happen.
Let's get Julianne Moore in the show.
Please.
Christopher Walters, a random YouTuber that found this. Hi, Christopher Walter.
Hi,
definitely a random YouTuber who found this.
We are happy to see you here. Just so you know, MarsCon is a Minnesota convention that is going on.
Yeah, and there's its Discord. We're going to continue talking inside of the hallway, I promise.
Just go to www.marscon.org, follow the links, and you can meet up with us in the hallway or one of the room parties or wherever.
Or you can go there and actively avoid us if you would prefer. And make sure to leave a like if you will do either of those.
A little too scary, just run.
We're devolving, man. I don't know. I'm having fun. So
back to Mandalorian,
dude. Mandalorian's so good.
Okay, so the bringing in the Trandoshans, I thought was freaking awesome. Dudes that look like Bossk. For those who are geeks enough to remember the whole Bossk from Empire Strikes Back, the action figures and things along those lines. And they also appeared in one of the Knights of the Old Republic games as things that you got to kill. They were on the
bonus, the DLC planet Yavin.
Yes, the DLC Yavin base thingy. which was cool and right. But I thought it was cool that they gave him some more screen time, and I thought it was even more cool when they actually managed to sneak one of the blasters that actually looked like the one Bosk had on the one planet where what's her name?
I'm sorry, I zoned out for a moment.
Where they're defending that little farming community from a ATST and some random uglies. When he's handing out all the weapons, I started having a geek moment where I went, hey, wait a minute. That's so-and-so's blaster. Hey, that's so-and-so's blaster. Hey, look, that's the one Bosk would use. That was so cool.
Whoa, guys, breaking news inside of this, inside of the comment thread. Christine A. Chair says, so I heard Mark Hamill and Julianne Moore are being approached for a Star Wars sequel. Is that true? Whew, man, we can only hope. We can only hope.
You make a rumor big enough in the fandom community, and suddenly certain things happen.
It's just a rumor, so we can't officially confirm that it's definitely happening. But I do hope that Disney, at the very least, is going to take light of these rumors and definitely address them in a affirmative way.
Which would be really awesome. Hint, hint.
Yes, Disney might be approaching Mark Hamill and Julianne Moore. That would be pretty great.
We would pay money to see this.
I will give so many dollars, dude.
We would up our subscriptions to Disney Plus.
Man,
we would pay to watch this in a theater.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, man.
We would stream it on a pay-per-view site. We want this. Yeah. Please make it happen.
Oh, I really hope that Disney takes these rumors seriously, that Disney is approaching Mark Hamill and Julianne Moore. It's a really good rumor that I hope Disney is taking seriously. Okay. I think that bit's finally reached the end of its lifespan.
So there's this horse. There's this horse under the desk right now. I think we've kicked it a couple times. Take that horse.
Take that horse.
Take it.
Kick it. All right.
Not whinnying anymore, dude. I think it's dead. Man.
Pedro Pascal. Yeah. Can you believe that we've been in here for as long as we have? 74 minutes, and we haven't even said the man's name. He's doing a really good job.
I gotta say that it's beautiful that they gave the man a spear as an homage. Perhaps
that was
not
cool.
Maybe not necessarily an homage, but to some of us fans of Game of Thrones, getting to see him with a spear was pretty damn badass. Not gonna lie. Let him keep it. Let him have it in the next season. Let him use it some more.
Honestly, I'm excited to see how they're going to resolve the Darksaber.
Well, there's a couple of simple solutions.
There's a few simple solutions, but
I want to see what would stop Din from, I don't know, a little romance with another woman in Mandalorian armor. She's not.
That'd be pretty cool.
Just throwing it out there. Is
she's really cool. I like her character, and maybe we can see some armor on armor action because they're going to get a fight because you have to get in a fight.
Could be, jetpacks.
Is this a Superman reference?
No, jetpacks.
Jetpacks.
Think about it, dude. Just think about it.
Hey, and we'll think about it more in the hallway where.
We're digressing to naughty speak again. Anyway, no, the fact that they managed to get her in there was really cool too. When she popped in, and I was like, oh yeah, this makes me happy. I like this. She was a cool character in Clone Wars. I liked her there. I like her here. The actress, despite the fact she's made a couple of questionable decisions.
Bumping Beskar.
I'm not a fan of Battlestar Galactica, the remake, whatever if you want to call it. I'm not a fan of it. But
I'm sorry if this gives away my age. I've never watched any more than like 2.5 episodes of any Battlestar Galactica.
I watched the pilot, and that's as far as I could make it because I hated it.
Any Battlestar Galactica, old or new.
I tried to watch a couple other little snippets, and I couldn't do it. Original Battlestar Galactica, I love it. I own the series. It's awesome. Great. But we're not talking about Battlestar Galactica. This is not the show you're watching. This is not the show. You're watching Mandalorian. Having her pop in, of course, also she did Halloween Resurrection. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun.
And we should host another horror panel at some point.
Yeah, we should. But regardless, she as an actual person, you should seriously catch some of her videos on YouTube, which is currently hosting this little video for all who are watching. That actual actress does do some very funny bits. She's actually got a video out there of her trying Canadian snacks. Canadian. Okay, now you're going to say, that's not really that big of a deal, right? They sell the same stuff that we do. No, there's a bunch of different chocolate treats. Cadbury is bigger up there than Hershey's is. So
entertain them on your own for a minute.
Watch the video. It's funny. She's funny. I like her. But I'm not going to watch Battlestar Galactica for her. Anyway, the fact that the fact that they set it up so the next season of Mandalorian could easily have a lot going on with her and Din makes a hell of a lot of sense. I mean, she is the rightful heir to the throne. She's the heir to the Darksaber, blah, 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 blah. It's Din's now, and if she doesn't want to make any enemy of him, well, Queen, King, why not? Sure. She can still have plenty of ruling dynamic as the rightful monarch. It totally works. She doesn't have to fight him. And even if she did decide to fight him, that works too, as long as they, try not to kill each other too much, but still a little. And how many different shows have we seen a couple that we really wanted to see together, and they start trying to kill each other, and they're trying and they're trying.
That right, folks.
And then it ends in an embrace, and suddenly they're boning, and then the series is done.
That's right, folks. Surprise, this was a fan shipping panel the whole time. We're Miss Kreese and Mr. Jarin are gonna do things, which we may or may not elaborate on in the hallway.
Bumpin' Beskar nasties.
Bumpin' Beskar. Oh yeah. Bumpin' Beskar, as Robert Lent in the chat has pointed out. That's such a good line.
It is actually. I'm gonna keep that one.
Yeah, I'm keeping it for far longer than I should. Yeah, like so here the thing about that though is like I don't get the vibe that either of them have a narrative to go in that particular direction.
And honestly, I don't think that either of them are likely to have ever been romantically involved with anyone ever. Now, that is one thing that some people have pointed out, and I do have to take note of. You notice something that has been missing. We're going to talk about
Star Wars and romance.
Star Wars is cool again, yes, but you remember the scorching romance between Han Solo and Princess Leia back in the day. You notice there hasn't been anything that's even remotely like that since?
Yeah. See, so like that's the thing that I know we talked about last year.
That was as scorching as...
Well, so I think that they tried to make the Anakin Padme romance work, by which I mean George Lucas is incompetent.
I've had burrito farts that were hotter. Just saying.
I think that's something that everyone in our entire channel can agree with.
I mean, when I state one of the coolest things about the episode 2 DVD is as soon as you see the two of them on scene doing anything even remotely romantic, you can hit chapter skip and get to where the story actually is interesting again.
Yeah, the romance is definitely the weakest part of Star Wars, like the romance between Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman, and like it becomes even weirder when you go into the sequel trilogy because everyone is so focused on the plot, with the exception of Finn, and like I think Disney missed a really good opportunity. So again, we're a fan shipping panel now. I think Disney really missed a golden opportunity when it came to like they could have increased their representation by having Finn come on to Ray say I'm not interested, and then Finn and Poe get together because like at that point suddenly you've got ace, bi, and gay. Yes, please do it.
But then at the same time, they also had to sneak in that Poe wasn't necessarily gay. He might have been bi, might have been, maybe, because
Sure.
they established that the one gal that
It could have been fan
see the face
speculation.
of in Rise of Skywalker, you don't know. I mean, you get the feeling that she's a female, and if you actually see who the actress who did the voice was, well, yeah, that's definitely a woman. And then when they start to get mushy for a second, she looks at him and goes, "No."
Yeah. I'm just saying, Disney, you missed an opportunity. You could have made Star Wars cool again, but instead, you made Star Wars cool again with The Mandalorian. Good job, actually. Yeah, like I don't think there. I'm just glad that Star Wars has a lot of cool.
IG-11, something else we have completely not addressed.
IG-11.
You think about IG-88, which was at one point in time the most ridiculously expensive large size action figure because he was impossible to come by. He was. Back in 1980, 81, when they pumped out his large size figure, you had all these other figures out there. Boba Fett was the second most expensive. Then I think was either the Jawa or possibly Ben Kenobi. But Ben Kenobi was more expensive later because nobody bought him when he was new. Nobody wanted him. They wanted Luke, they wanted Leia. They're the two most common. And oddly enough, they're the two I don't own. Okay, I don't own Ben Kenobi either, or IG-88. But that's only because IG-88 is expensive. But the fact that you see him in Empire Strikes Back, IG-88 that is, and he does absolutely nothing. Does nothing. And then you see another IG unit in Bespin just like up against a wall as junk.
Yeah.
And you think, well, these are assassin droids. These should be badass, right? No. There's one that's junk on the wall and another one that just stands there. And then Robot Chicken had to make fun of them by having the Emperor walk up to him and be like, dude, is this guy even doing anything? I mean, is he listening? Or is he just, whatever. I digress. But then IG-11 comes in and it's like, okay, that's an assassin droid. That is sweet.
Oh, dude,
the action figure of IG-88 came with a blaster pistol and a blaster rifle, but you never see him. IG-11, boom, 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 boom. Twist
what a good scene!
Wham.
Like, just and also like that also is a really good scene just because we get it from the perspective of Din, who he walks in there and he's like, "This is an impossible situation. Hey, Mr. Droid, how about you go and murder everything, please?"
Well, after he had said, ow, stop shooting me, I'm Guild 2.
Yeah.
It's like, can we come to an arrangement? Let's just split the bounty. I find this acceptable. You must agree to this particular term. Can we deal with this later? No, you must agree to this. Fine.
Agree.
Okay. I agree. Let's do this. Okay. Play, blah, 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 blah. Everybody's dead.
Oh,
and
man.
then it's like, oh, I was given very specific orders to end this thing's life. Clink.
Oh, it's so good.
It was so good. And then bringing him back as a nurse droid, that was a nice touch.
Man. Oh man, that was Mr. I Have Spoken who reprogrammed. Oh,
yes, man. Yes, I have spoken.
Man, I need to watch The Mandalorian again, guys.
Dude, I have watched it a couple times now because, well, see, I had to watch it solo because, I watched it solo. Then I had to
Solo,
show,
that was continue.
didn't go there yet. And then I had to watch it with my mom. And then I had to watch it with my daughter recently. So, yeah, my memory is pretty fresh on a lot of it.
Yeah. All right, time for me to acquire a mom and a daughter.
You got a mom.
I do. I know. She watched it before I did. I'm trying.
You watched some of it at my house too. Thank you.
Probably.
You did.
I believe it. But man, Solo. Unfortunately, Solo wasn't received well. I really like it. Like I know that there's like 2 or 3 people in the world who have the perspective on Solo, a Star Wars story, where they're like, this is the second coming of what is goodness in the universe. And I'm just like, I don't know, I really like it because it has the energy of what I feel Star Wars should.
It could have been better, but
it could have been better.
A lot worse.
Yeah, like so here's the thing. Solo was Star Wars's was Disney's first approach into recasting characters, and like
having a story that has virtually nothing to do with anything else.
Well, they did. Yeah, I was about to say
except for the explanation for the 12 parsecs bit, making the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. It suddenly made sense.
Did it need explanation? No, but like it's kind of fun. Like, we get this cluster of weird space, and we get some people hopping around. It's a fun little adventure.
And honestly, any movie with Woody Harrelson in it is a fun ride. It just is.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Solo is not responsible for the resurgence of Star Wars. Because like there were a lot of things that were wrong about it. People wanted a Harrison Ford. They didn't want Han Solo. And I'm going to elaborate more. I feel that Mr. Guy whose name I can't pronounce because it's got too many letters and most of them are vowels, he is not Harrison Ford. He will never be Harrison Ford. He does not look like Harrison Ford. He does not sound like Harrison Ford.
And the guy that they cast as Lando was not Billy D. Williams. Does not sound like Billy D. Williams.
But he performed like Billy D. Williams. He did a really good Billy D. Williams impression, but I didn't feel like he captured what Lando is. Yeah. Whereas Mr. Aldbrich Guy, Mr. Solo, he captured the essence of what I feel Han Solo is as a character. He did a really good Han Solo. He did not do a good Harrison Ford. The second he opens his face and says, "There's nothing, you should see them," I'm like, that's Han Solo. That's Han Solo right there. It's not Harrison Ford, but that's Han Solo. That 100%, absolutely. But I feel like that's enough of a tangent into Solo because it didn't land. I liked it.
I've watched it twice. That's it.
I think I've watched it like 4 times, maybe. It didn't land.
I work too much.
Fair.
And I stream other series.
Yeah. And you know what? Man, we still have 19 people that are willing to watch us just incoherently ramble with no plan.
Yeah, but
dude, what, guys?
But dude, we still hit the occasional tangent that sticks with Mandalorian. So
yeah, right. Like the thing is, oh man, this is so much comfortable for you to just actually sit back. Like I realize that.
And dude, note the one other thing that I'm trying to remember who it was that pointed it out. Glasses. Another thing Mandalorian had to point out, or Mandalorian
the
had
helmet.
to kind of pull off. The one dude that actually wears actual glasses, not freaking goggles. No. But that one doctor, I forget the actor's name, but the guy that was on American Gods. Anyway, yes, so many homages and nods to other series is.
Yeah.
Actually wearing glasses. Real frigging Glasses. Those
It's
of us
cool.
who have been wearing these annoying, stupid things for as many years as I have. Glasses.
Man, glasses really just don't show up many watching our blood. There's no way I have 19 blood relatives in here.
No.
They're
I'm
what?
not related to
charging battery.
several of these people.
I know there's my mom and my grandma in here. You take that back, Mr. Husett.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone here is random and they like us because we're cool. No, I'm kidding. How cool can we be? We're talking about how Star Wars is cool, which it is. I'm really glad that we haven't been kicked out of here yet. I'm having fun.
Mr. J.A.
Mr. J.A.
J.A. Thank you for not kicking us out yet.
Thanks, sir.
I'm assuming there wasn't
That's right,
another
you're not
panel
Blood
planned for
Gizmo.
behind us.
Oh,
lots of free drinks right here. I got more in the fridge, though they're not in
mine
the
are
bottles, they're in
empty.
the
I'm not going to
cans.
refill it.
The other ones I have come in multiple flavors. I have regular lemonade. I've got a strawberry one, and I forget what the other one is.
Ooh, strawberry
It's
one.
raspberry. I don't remember.
Raspberry. I have some raspberry in the fridge.
I'll have to drink them all and find out.
All right, that's a good idea. When we'll be doing that in the hallway here at MarsCon 2021. Here's the Discord link. Okay, so that's a joke that was old before I made it, and I'm gonna continue making it until someone finally kicks me out of here. So,
or horse starts to kick you back.
This is where
dead horse.
Is this the new hallway? Is that what this is?
Have we seen zombie horses yet?
In Star Wars?
Oh, sorry. I digress.
Okay.
Back to Star Wars. Other things that have been really cool. Showing a planet that is dominantly water, that we see both Quarren and Calamaris on. The Mon Calamaris.
We saw Mon Calamari.
No, that wasn't Mon Calamari, though.
Was it not?
Say, I'm trying to remember what they even said the name of the planet was.
Okay.
But either way, it was
Folks
a
in the chat, make sure to tell us what it is.
As far as you could see. And sorry, guys. It's a little hard to get through the screen, but I would.
Here you go. Take my cup.
I will share. I've got a dozen more cans to go.
Yeah.
But and I have a feeling they're going to be gone by the end of this weekend.
Wait, you guys aren't even hanging out in the hallway before we're there? Come on, guys, you got to hang out in the hallway and yell with each other too.
Right?
Come on.
But,
the hallway, which can be
aside,
found at this Discord link in a chat room called the hallway.
The fact that they have the calamari fix his ship, and then you walk into it and go, netting everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my God, netting. What did they fix? What did they hold it together with netting? Seriously?
It's like, as much money as you gave us, that's what this is.
And then the ship starts to fly away, and it does the little homage to Firefly, where the one little chunk flops off into the breeze, and it's like, yeah, we're Firefly fans too. Thank you.
Oh, Firefly. Is this the Firefly? Is Mandalorian truly a Firefly sequel rather than a Star Wars resurgence? The answer is no.
No.
But it does help fill the same niche, I feel, because Firefly is a void that will forever be in nerds' hearts, and I don't think there's anything.
The series that was canceled before it was even aired.
Yeah, like, thanks, Fox.
Yeah,
and you know we can gripe about that forever, but like here we're finally getting a similar feeling, right? Like I'm not out of line by suggesting that, am I? Because like it's not the same characters pretty much at all. I don't think really any of the characters in Firefly are that particularly similar to Din or Grogu. Any of the other characters, maybe, but that's
I could almost see a little bit with Cardoon and Zoe. but that's about it.
That's a stretch.
It's a hell of a stretch.
I'm not even willing to humor that stretch. We're just not going to talk about Cara Dune because that's
just a badass woman and another badass woman.
Yeah, and that's basically where the similarities end. Oh, and they use guns.
I will talk about Cara Dune.
We'll talk about Cara Dune in the hallway.
But what I will say is,
yeah, man, you're completely correct.
And on top of that, she also.
So,
that being said, her character was really awesome. It's a shame to see her go, but it is what it is. Disney does what Disney does for reasons Disney does it.
If you have a problem or appreciate it, leave a thumbs up in the comments.
There, I, as a person partially representing MarsCon, am not saying anything that might get anybody.
I have no official stance on anything ever. So either way, talking about accessible things. So man, the Mandalorian's so cool. How about let's just go into how Din's a badass, dude.
Right?
So
expanding on just how badass the Mandalorian suit was.
Because I know at the beginning of this panel we talked a lot about how he got his ass kicked. I'm sorry. He got his tuchus hurt.
He got his tuchus booted.
Yeah.
In an owie way.
He got owied.
In the no place.
Dude, he messes people up.
Right?
Dude, when he walks into that bar and just there's a guy who's talking aggressive, he's just like, you sure, man?
First episode, he essentially rips a guy in half using a door. I mean, it's like, oh, he's going to make it halfway out the door. I'm going to close the door.
What a cool hero.
Happen, but you know what happened. Awesome.
What a cool hero. It's gritty. He's not your classic hero. Perhaps somebody might even like to hoit-toit use the term anti-hero if you really want.
When he could stand up to the Devaronian played by Clancy Brown. Oh, Clancy Brown, man. Oh my God, did he own that role? And then for him to just tiny. and it's like the door closes on him and he's like, ha ha ha. Again.
So good. Jeez.
Tiny. Though I will say, I do have to agree with another person who had said, why are they turning the Twi'leks into kind of icky? But at the same time, it's just two select Twi'leks. It's not all of them. It's not. They really didn't do a fair representation. You don't know what they're all like. And for what it's worth, on the series, they do show 4 Twi'leks. They show you Bib Fortuna, his new slave girl, the one dude they're trying to rescue from the jail, and the what's-her knife crazy.
Yeah.
She was icky. There's no nice way to put it, but she was icky. He wasn't really nice either, but at the same time, they were related, so ick by association. Bib Fortuna was still Bib Fortuna, only he had a double body.
He grew.
He hoped for the body of a god, and he got Buddha.
Yeah. Now, the sexualization of various characters within Star Wars is something that I can go on for a million years, and I might my thoughts on the matter are I wouldn't describe the one who was weirdly flirtatious with Din, who when someone's like, does he always wear the helmet? She's like, this is the way. What that was funny,
But she was still icky. And she really was.
She had pointy teeth. That was really the extent of her ickiness.
You know, she had an aura of ick.
Well, yeah,
she screamed ick.
She was someone who I'm looking at. I'm like, she would kill me.
She screamed STD with a hint of cheese.
I like cheese, so so it's one of those things where like I
she
feel
screamed
like
the kind of person who holds a rag in front of your face and says, "Excuse me, does this smell like chloroform?"
Yeah, we're not gonna get it. Let's tone it down. So it's one of those like diversifying a little bit, honestly, because
you have to have
everything that we had seen of the Twi'lek race, species, however you feel like phrasing it. Wikipedia calls them species, sure.
But when you figure the original Twi'lek, that, you know,
what we have is Bib Fortuna and Oola.
Yeah, and Oola, she was George Lucas's Star Trek masturbation fantasy. She was the green Orion girl with tentacles on her head.
Yeah,
that's what she was.
And like it was very much one of those fan servicey things that ultimately I feel like the Mandalorian is doing a really good job by enhancing the diversity of their cast. They're like, well, maybe everyone can be gross. Great. And I think that's a good thing. I think that is also something that helps make Star Wars something a little more accessible and not like, ew, nerds are weird.
And Bill Burr was awesome.
His character was pretty fun. I like
McClunky. But Bill Burr was awesome. He was both funny and insightful, and I thought his performance right before he like slaughters that one Imperial dude was beautiful. Well, how about we talk about this? You know, let's have a toast to this. And he just keeps talking, and he's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, what about their families? Do you think that was good for them? Well, it was all good for the Empire.
And the whole time Din is just standing there, like his face isn't doing anything, and like what I really like what Pedro Pascal's whole performance during that scene as well. Like he doesn't just move his eyes ever; he always moves his whole head. Like that.
Yes.
That's a thing that I'm sure the director specifically called out
all the time.
The man who hated Star Wars being in Star Wars is just awesome. Yeah, you're right. And like the whole time, we've got like, you know, Bill Burr's like sitting there baiting that guy, the guy who played the complete jerkass. Great job. Like, I don't know his name and I'm not going to look it up, but great job.
I can tell you 2 other movies he's in, and both of them are directed by Rob Zombie. He plays that kind of character in both of those films. One worse than the other.
Fantastic niche. Good job, guy.
Yes, he is typecast, and he is good at what he does, and you want to hate him. You want to see him die.
And we're not going to investigate whether or not he's that way in real life. So, because I don't want to know.
He can sign a copy of 3 from Hell for me. I'd be okay with that.
That would be a fitting fate.
31. I might be a little embarrassed to show him a copy of that and have him sign it, but he could. It's okay. Again, Rob Zombie flicks. 31 is ugh and ugh. And 3 from Hell is the third part of the House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, etc. He's a horror guy, and he played horror. He got killed, and we appreciated that. It was good.
Oh man, like, yeah. So it's just like oh man. Season 2 just had a lot of really good episodes. The one I didn't care for, like I didn't care at all about the frog folk, like.
And where everybody was all upset because he was eating the eggs of this gal.
It was just kind of a dumb episode.
I get it. People are like, oh my God, that's extinction and he's wiping out a species. No.
Not really. Just a family line.
She said, these are my last eggs, and I do not want my line to end. Yes, okay. It sucks. It's cold. It's cruel. It's whatever.
Seeing a crate
At least
dragon.
we didn't see him eat one of the ones after they've already been fertilized.
Crate dragon fight.
Oh, crate dragon fight, badass!
Man, like, because the crate dragon is something that had been hinted at since the original Star Wars. We see that skeleton, like.
And we did see them kill a crate dragon in one of the Knights of the Old Republic games.
Yes, in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, there's a bit where you help a guy. You're supposed to pull some banthas out, and then the banthas lure the crate dragon. He steps out, and then he steps on mines, and then he dies. Great.
But it's a much smaller crate dragon. Much smaller.
This thing just burrowing through.
And for them to give it a nod and say, this is a abandoned Sarlacc pit, and they say Sarlaccs don't abandon pit. It's like, well, they do if something eats them.
That was pretty cool. Admittedly, I do feel as though this panel is kind of reaching the end of its natural lifespan. We're almost at the 2-hour mark. People have largely stopped contributing to the chat. I'm thinking we're ready to just head to the con proper.
Con proper.
At this Discord link.
Where did you click? I see nothing.
Oh no, I just keep posting it in the chat.
I don't see it in the chat.
Really?
No.
You don't see, oh, here, let me just post it 4 more times.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
I don't see it on YouTube.
Really?
No. I see a person, Lieutenant Donnie, saying what Discord link?
Oh, you don't get to see? Man.
No, because you're posting on Discord.
I am not, good sir.
Or you're posting on Zoom.
Nope. I am posting the link into the YouTube. So if it's not actually showing up, then I've been making a joke incorrectly.
Herpa-derpa-doo. Bad on you.
Powering off.
So every time I've been like leaning and saying at this Discord, I've been posting a link saying that's https://discord.gg/that little blurb right there.
Yeah, you've been posting absolutely nothing this whole time.
Dang. I guess there's some auto filter that prevents me from posting actual links.
Which is possible, but I don't know, man. Give me a second here. Let me see if I can bring up my Discord. And see if I can put it somewhere. Well, that's Zoom. Link on stuff. Where are you? No, that's not Discord. Oh, I logged out of Discord, so I don't even have it up right now.
Yeah. If you go to marscon.org, you'll be able to find our Discord, which is where we're going to be hanging out. If you go to 200 character masks, I don't think that's where the issue is. I think it's just that I think there's just an auto thing that's saying don't post links. Like,
I have to sign in to chat, so I don't want to sign in, so it's not letting me put down words.
Yeah. So ultimately, go to discord.gg/ capital C, lowercase f, capital Q, capital D, lowercase k, 4, capital or lowercase f, 5.
Or if you want to do an easier job,
just go to go to marscon.org.
Go to www.marscon.org, which says this is virtual. Go here. Click,
Here's
click,
the
click.
Marscon link.
You're there.
Yeah. Marscon.org. Yeah. So yeah, cool. Well, it's good to know now, 2 hours into a panel, that there is a running joke that I've been making.
To go to this one thing which you can't go to.
That there is a running joke I've been making that straight up didn't work. Either way, I'll be happy to see you guys at the rest of Marscon 2021.
You just made Baby Yoda cry.
No, that means 4 guys are crying tears on my shirt. All right, so
crying now.
So
look at this sad little face.
Marscon 2021, Forces of Darkness. It's been great hearing from people. Looking forward to seeing everybody there. Make sure to check out the charity auctions over at the Discord, as well as in the not Discord. And I will see everybody over in the hallway. And I say everybody in the hopes that everyone is going to go there. Please do. I'll be sad if you don't.
You'll make
All right,
Baby Yoda cry if you don't show up. Bye-bye.
All right, folks, go to the Discord, or I mean, yeah, you can go ahead and end the panel now. You got it, good sir. You here?
Peace out. I'm leaving.
Peace out.
Leave meeting.